Wes Watson is in trouble with his plea deal coming down, which is putting him behind bars for a good amount of time, and then having another case in Broward County in Florida that could put him behind bars for significant period of time. We're talking a decade or more. We're doing that today on The Legal Mindset, where we teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, Florida attorney, and hopefully you guys have been enjoying these videos, and make sure you like the video and comment if you enjoy this type of content. So in case you guys don't know, we have Wes Watson, former fitness influencer. He's there here in court. This is just recently, and you can see him with his attorney. They got bailiff right there, and they went into court because he actually has entered into a plea deal. So this plea deal that he's entered into is as follows. So Wes Watson, he pled guilty to aggravated battery for beating a man with a weightlifting belt at Elevation Fitness Gym in Miami-Dade County in December 2024. Now, this incident, we can't really show the video because it's quite graphic, and I don't want YouTube to make a fuss. But in this video, it wasn't just Watson. It was Watson and several men that ganged up on him and ended up beating this guy down and, injuring him and kind of keeping wailing on him, keeping punching. They kept going, even though he was already finished and he was already on the ground.
I don't think there was any dispute at the beginning of this that Wes was initially able to use force. The tricky part of this case is, when does that force need to be exercised and stopped? And perhaps at this point, he went a bit too far.
So under this plea deal, in this plea agreement, Wes Watson faces a recommended sentence of 21 months in prison with credit for time served. So he's going to get, almost 2 years there, a little under 2 years, followed by 7 years of probation and mental health treatment. So he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of what he's going to have to do outside of prison, even after he gets out. And this is based on, this is a victory for the victim, which we should be celebrating. And Morgan & Morgan founder John Morgan and attorney Todd McFarlane, who represent the victim, released a statement Thursday on the case. Today's guilty plea is an important step towards accountability. Our client was allegedly resulting in multiple facial fractures, injuries to his teeth and jaw, and a concussion. The statement read, "He's grateful that Watson has been held criminally responsible for his actions, and we look forward to continue to pursue full accountability on behalf in a civil case." And there we go. Morgan is going out there, and they're going to report him in a civil case, and they definitely will be able to get claims there. And on that note, we have an important message from Morgan & Morgan. Recently, a jury ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They knew their apps could contribute to anxiety, depression, and body image issues, but did not share those risks while prioritizing profits. The recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious mental health struggles, you should hear this. Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm they caused. You can use the link in my description or scan the QR code to take a short quiz to see if you qualify for a case. You may be entitled to a potential recovery of over $1,000. So after this happened, after this plea deal happened, we have sentencing officially scheduled for July 27, 2026. This is for, even though they came to a plea kind of arrangement, it's not all locked down yet till we get to the 27th. So the attorneys and the prosecutors still have time to negotiate regarding exact prison time. So some fluctuation is possible. The Miami agreement only deals with the gym assault. So we're going to go into the Broward stuff now and see how serious it is, because Watson still faces separate felony charges, which are very severe in Broward County. And we need not forget those as we get this plea deal here. So let's look at the Broward charges. These are ones we've gone over before, but I want you guys to see felony battery, which is third-degree felony. It's an intentional touching, causing a great bodily harm. Aggravated assault, that's assault with intent to commit a felony. False imprisonment, that's confinement with intent to commit a felony or terrorize a victim. So in this case, with false imprisonment, there was his, girlfriend. He didn't let her go. He confined her, and there was an intent to commit a felony, intent to terrorize. That was there. Also, felony battery is an intentional touching, and the aggravated assault. All these are related to a DV incident or potential DV incident, right? That has been reported. It's structured as it's reported as DV. Now, Wes Watson may try to say in his defense, oh, no, it wasn't, right, or frame it in a different context. But the context is at this point, as presented by the prosecutors and police, a DV context. So there's robbery by sudden snatching, which at some point she had girlfriend had her keys or phone, and Wes Watson reached over and took those from her. So there you go. That's robbery by sudden snatching. Then we have, most importantly, witness tampering. So witness tampering can be intimidation, threats, or physical force. In this case, he has one statement that is very, very bad for him, which is, if I go to jail, something bad is going to happen to you, all your friends, and your family. That is definitely not good. That is definitely no bueno. You can't just talk like that to somebody or to someone. And yeah, that's something that can constitute witness tampering. So let's look at the actual prison charge, the prison time for this. Felony battery, up to 5 years prison, $5,000 fine, and DV conviction requires a BIP program. That's for essentially a batterer's intervention program. So he'd have to be part of that and have a no contact order. Also, aggravated assault is up to 5 years in prison or $5,000 fine. Then false imprisonment is up to 5 years if it's a third degree, which if that's the lower degree, it's 5 years. Up to 15 years if it's second degree. So if they decide to enhance the false imprisonment and make that at a higher level, that's going to be up to 15. That's a serious amount of time. Robbery by sudden snatching is 5 years, and witness tampering, it depends on the degree and whether they enhance it. So at the base level, it's 5 years, $5,000 fine, but at the enhancement, it's up to 15 years. So that's a significant amount of time there. There's also other enhancements like the repeat felony offender enhancements that may come in here. So there's a lot of factors which could enhance the time overall for Wes Watson. So here's my judgment. Watson's prison time exposure theoretically exceeds 30 to 50 years if fully enhanced and stacked, right? So if everything is stacked, he gets all the enhancements, he gets everything, he's looking at a lot of time. But in practice, in reality, with the guidelines, plea dynamics, judicial discretion, what we're really thinking is, around 10 years is probably realistic. But he also faces extended probation, DV treatment, lifetime firearm prohibition. I mean, he got already 7 years probation off that first case. He's obviously going to have a similar probation on this one, perhaps even more. And he's looking at serious jail time. So this is something where Wes Watson has committed serious crimes. He's looking at serious jail time, and we're going to see exactly how long he's going to be behind bars. But I want to know what you guys think about Wes Watson, the Wes Watson case. Let me know in the comments below, and I will catch you on the next one.